Right then, just got home. Reaction video, review video of the Port Vale at home cup game. First thing I will say is at no point will this channel feed into the sort of negativity that we seem to have in certain sections of our fan base. I'll never be negative about the Blues, and that won't be starting tonight. So Chris Davis made 10 changes tonight to the side. For me, if I was a manager in that dressing room, I'd have made those changes and I'd said, right, you lot are supposedly not a starting 11. We've got a big game Friday. Go out there tonight and show me why you should be in my first 11, why I should be picking you for Friday night. Here's the challenge, gauntlet laid down, go do it. And by and large, they didn't. So, breaking down a few performances, we saw Dushk's debut, the Duck up front. It'll be easy for fans to be criticising him tonight, saying, oh, he didn't score, he didn't have any chances. He didn't, but I watched him, and what he was doing was he was dropping back off the front line and pressing, winning the ball, kind of linking up midfield to the forward line, and then kind of making an intelligent pass out to the wing before making his run into the box. He played some very intelligent football in his first 45 minutes in a blue shirt, which is encouraging because, you know, in a side, the way we play, sort of, you know, patient, pressing, passing, attacking football, it's not just about the man up top being a goal hanger and just being there to finish a chance. He's got to be able to link up the play and contribute to the build-up, and he was doing that well. Another positive I picked out tonight was Tommy Doyle. I think I certainly misunderstood what we were getting in Tommy Doyle, which has found it a little bit. I found it a little bit hard getting into him as a Blues player. But what I have noticed is, through research and through watching him, he's a central midfielder, but he can either play in the middle, sort of in the Pakey Water role. He can also play as an attacking midfielder with all the sort of, you know, the attacking phase of play and the silkiness, or he can play as a defensive midfielder and kind of do the hard work and the organisation towards the back end of the midfield, and be a leader in that sense. And he did that brilliantly tonight. He was superb. If you know, you watched him. Okay, it's easy to get trapped up in he's a number 7, so he should be an exciting footballer, but he was doing the hard yards tonight, and he was helping the team hold the shape in the middle, win the ball back, start attacking phases of play, and I thought he looked solid again. And then Kumas out on the wing, I mean, he's just everything we knew we were getting. He's tall, he's physical, he'll press for a ball, he can tackle and win a ball, he's lightning fast, he's got skill, and I counted at least 4 occasions tonight where he put deadly balls into the box for someone to get on the end of, and alas, nobody got on the end of it, which was disappointing. And then look at Taylor Gardner-Hickman. I thought he had a solid game again tonight, versatile. I thought that Fujimoto had a good solid first 45 minutes in a blue shirt, showed some intelligent play, some intelligent passing. I was encouraged by that. I think there's more to come from him. Beadle made a couple of good saves, but for me, I mean, it's not a criticism and I'm not being negative, but you know, there's a reason that goalkeepers are generally at their peak sort of between 27 and 32 age-wise, and that's because they have to play a lot of football. They have to play a lot of football first, and they have to kind of develop the kind of football IQ of a goalkeeper. You know, in terms of decision making tonight, there was a couple of times where they pumped the ball forward, and Beadle could have come out and cleared it quickly and it would have gone out for a throw, but he kind of hesitated a couple of times. He was a bit hesitant on the corner that ended up going in for their goal, And, that's stuff that will come. He made a good couple of saves as well, world-class sort of saves. And, it's just, unfortunately, that sort of stuff comes with age as a goalkeeper, and he's not quite there yet. But, that's not a criticism of him. It's just the reality of the situation. Dykes, I didn't feel put himself across well again tonight. I don't think he's anywhere near the levels that are needed to be in this Birmingham City side now. I thought Mark Leonard, he's a good player, but he looked rusty in terms of game time and match fitness tonight. He just didn't look alert enough at times. Thought Ethan Laird looked good when he came on, linked up well with Kumas down at one side. Cochrane looked good when he came on. Stansfield looked lively when he came on. And so did Kygo. He looked good again. He looked alert and fast and in the right places. But ultimately, in the latter part of that second half, especially the last 20 minutes, there wasn't enough urgency about us in going for a win. And I know it's not the Chris Davis way. He likes to play the patient, passing, probing game. But, when the crowd's on your back and you're 1-0 down in the cup to a team from a league below, I think maybe sometimes you've just got to abandon those principles, especially in the last 5-10 minutes, and just go route one, just go for it, just be quick and get balls into the box. And unfortunately we didn't. And yeah, it's one of those. I don't think this cup competition was high on our bingo card for this year, high on our list of priorities. Not at all. And kudos to Port Vale. They were deserved winners tonight. I think what they did, what I anticipated they'd do before a ball was even kicked tonight was, they're going to spend the majority of the time out of possession, and it's about, can we nick one on a set piece and then park 11 behind the ball and shut up shop. And they did that. They executed that game plan. And one thing that stood out for me in particular as well, I love Chris Davis, and I'm never going to criticise the bloke, but I think when you look at, all right, let's compare just the corner routines tonight alone, our corners versus their corners. Their corners were very, very well organised and very effective. And I think that shows the naivety of Chris Davis as a manager in terms of time managing a club and managing in club football compared to their manager, Darren Moore, who's, he spent the best part of a decade now as a gaffer, always kind of in charge of the underdog. And the corners were they were flawless. They had big physical players, and it was just get them into the box, go in swinger, out swinger, in swinger, out swinger, and eventually something could come off, and it did. And compared to our corner routines tonight, they were a lot more dangerous, and I just think that shows the seasoned veteran that is Darren Moore and the way he sets his teams up. Again, not a criticism of Chris Davis, but on the job experience, Darren Moore's certainly got many years more under his belt than he has, and as an underdog. I mean, you look back to that famous Peterborough Sheffield Wednesday playoff when, was it Sheffield Wednesday were 4-0 down from the first leg, 3 or 4-0 down, and Darren Moore took them through to the final and then promotion. You can't buy that experience on the job and that experience in the game, and I think Darren Moore top trumps Chris Davis for that tonight. But look, wasn't high on our priorities tonight, and the challenge was laid down with all the changes, and as a team unit they didn't take it, and we now move on to Friday in our priority, which is the league, and a big challenge Friday night. And keep right on, always with the Blues, forever true to the Royal Blue. If you enjoyed this channel and this content, please like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and I'll see you next time, Blue Noses.